Hello everyone, I'm Zethix.
And I'm Savazar. And we played Dinkum for 100 days, and here's what happened.
Welcome to day 46. We didn't have any visitors or rain. I started off the day by collecting money! And day 46 was special because I got my first jackhammer. Here's another sneak peek at what Savazar has been working on. She has been putting a lot of time into this. Savazar is wonderful, and we must protect her at all costs. Just look at what she did with the place. So talented. I did my usual animal collecting, and to break in my jackhammer, I decided to collect a bunch of grass seeds. And while I was catching animals, I made sure to test it out on some rocks. I was in love. I went metal detecting. I had big plans for expanding the farm, so we needed all the metal we could get. I planted my grass seeds, and I sold my golden nugget to John for 42,000 dink. I bought a mining pass, and I went back out and did more metal detecting. I need gears and springs and circuit boards. The list goes on. Here's what our metal collection was looking like so far. I laid out some more fences. I used the jackhammer to clear out more rocks for the expansion of the farm. This is way better than a pickaxe. I got my first fossil. I put it in front of John's shop so I could sell it tomorrow. And that wraps up day 46. Now that I had the jackhammer, I felt like my power was unlimited. And on day 47, Erwin was visiting. Savazar's favorite. I did my usual business of trying to convince Erwin to move to the island. He was playing hard to get. Maybe it's because our town is only 2 stars still. I sold my golden nugget for 36,000 dink. Thank you, John. I sold my fossil for 43,000 dink. And Franklin's shop was finally done being built. I absolutely loved it in here. I think Savazar was a little jealous that Franklin moved to the island before Erwin. And now that Franklin moved to the island, I can make the telepad. So now I can use the telepad to teleport to all the other towers that I had completed. I ordered a charger from Franklin because I knew I was going to drain the battery on this jackhammer. I put the telepad right behind our house, and I finished collecting all the materials needed for it. I completed my daily chores of collecting animals. I was starting to get pretty good at this, and I think I was collecting about 15 animals a day. I finally completed the quest Erwin had given me, and I got this really cool recipe from him. I went back over to see Savazar's progress, and boy, did it look great over here. Just wait. It's gonna get so much cooler. And Savazar even finished all the grass in our production area. What a big difference. And that wraps up day 47. The days tend to go by a little bit quicker because I'm catching animals for the majority of the day. And welcome to day 47. It was raining today, and we didn't have any visitors. So Savazar and I headed straight for the mines because I really wanted to put my jackhammer to the test. After drinking my water brews, I was chopping through these rocks like butter. I was going so fast, Savazar couldn't even keep up with me. Now this is where things take a turn for the worst. Somehow, when I mined that ruby, it threw my jackhammer on the ground, and I did not even notice. I literally thought that the jackhammer died. But if you look closely, it's literally sitting there on the ground. Somehow, when I mined the ruby, it just threw the jackhammer on the ground. So I literally was losing my mind. And I was so out of focus that I wasn't paying enough attention. The monsters destroyed my ruby. And the next thing I knew, I was dead. I hit rock bottom harder than I ever have before. Now, I didn't know that I lost my jackhammer in the mines until I reviewed the video. So right after we died, I immediately went to Franklin to order a new jackhammer. I collected all of our money, and I found a spot for the charger. Too bad I couldn't use it now. I still had a lot of ore, so I got to work smelting that. And all my wattles were ready for their first big harvest. It's nice seeing all your hard work pay off. Just listen to that sweet sound. And with that, we collected almost 300 wattle flowers and about 100 bottle brush. I collected some tomatoes that finished growing, and there was a thunderstorm, so I went out to see if I could find any of those rocks that were full of opals, because last time I got super lucky and found 2 on our farm. I made sure to put our teleporters to use, but I had 0 luck. And that wraps up day 48. I had much bigger plans for day 48, but everything happens for a reason. And on day 49, we had a new visitor. This definitely struck my curiosity. But first, I made sure to collect my money and get my jackhammer back. Now, it was time to see who was visiting. And to be honest, I wasn't too interested in this visitor. All she was really here for was to buy a specific food, and she was supposed to pay high dollar for it. If high dollar is 1,200 dink, that's chump change to us right now. Our tree orchards had finished growing, so it was time to harvest all of our fruits. We collected almost 100 of each fruit and 200 apples. And I set back out to do more metal detecting. And while I was out metal detecting, I made sure to collect all of our animals. Now when I see animals, all I see are dollar signs. Money, 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 money. I tested out the charger for the first time on my second jackhammer. Okay, I wasn't joking when I told you Savazar was really making things happen over here. Look how cool this place turned out. I was shocked. But there was only one thing left to do. I took our old, rusty, nasty wheelbarrow and turned it into a flower bed. And I made a couple flower pots. But it was time to retire this wheelbarrow and let it represent a beacon of where we started and where we are now. You know, there was a time when I put over 4,000 dirt into this wheelbarrow. And now, I'll never use a shovel again. And we can let this wheelbarrow go down in history. And Savazar made sure to put some cute flowers in it. I added the flower pots to the corners over here. Savazar loved this idea. But let's be honest, this area would never have looked this good without Savazar. And I planted my last 2 pots right over here. I think Savazar and I make a pretty good team. She even hid all the torches in the bushes. I think it gives it a pretty cool lighting effect. And now I was inspired to do some decorating myself. But I didn't do anything crazy. I just put a bunch of pillars down. Just did the usual framework, you know. Savazar's the real decorator here. I put some more pillars down in front of the town hall. And then I put more in front of the farm and by the bank. Eventually I was going to build a path here that led to another area. And I placed down my last few pillars. And that brings day 49 to a wrap. There's still so much to do though, but we're almost at the halfway mark. I know I haven't really showed you this much, but here are all my total levels. And now I bring you to day 50, the official halfway point. And if we've come this far in 50 days, can you imagine another 50 more? 50 more days of collecting animals, 50 more days of mining, 50 more days of decorating. I can't wait to see what this place looks like in the end. So, naturally, it was a Sunday, so it was time to go mining. Now, I was making sure to keep up with all my special food because I did not want a repeat of last time. I found this really cool statue, and I learned that if you have 20 bat wings, you can get a bat glider. However, I didn't have my bat wings on me, and I know for sure we didn't have 20 at home. And for whatever reason, no monsters were chasing me, so I couldn't even try to get the bat wings anyways. We looted our first chest, and I found our first ruby. I found another treasure room, and this one had a boogie board. Not too shabby. And in our third treasure room, we got the usual goodies. I found another ruby. And then I found a fourth treasure room, and this one had another bush devil statue in it. I think the statues are pretty cool. And now we had a total of 5 rubies for this trip. That is amazing. And that wraps up day 50. It was a quick day, but we literally spent the entire day in the mine. Just look at everything we mined. That is not a bad haul. And on day 51, Clover was visiting. I hope she has something good for Savazar. Rain sent me a gift in the mail, and it was a new floor. I made sure to put it down right away. Savazar was still sleeping, so she couldn't tell me no. And I think it looked a lot better. Even though I didn't buy anything while I was at Clover's, I still was trying to convince her to move to the island. I finished a quest for Rain, and she gave me these cool spacesuit shoes. I finished a quest for Franklin, and he gave me some cool pants. And now it was photo shoot time. Savazar wanted to get a couple pictures of me in my new outfit. I still really wanted a new hat though. I went over to Franklin and I ordered the compactor. I really needed the compactor to finish the expansion on the farm, so I couldn't wait to get this one. I sold our first ruby for 85,000, our second ruby for 55,000, our third ruby for 69,000, our fourth ruby for 33,000, and our last ruby for 87,000. I bought a mining pass. And now it was time to smelt my ores and smash all my shiny rocks. Just look at all the goodies we had. I could make so many things with all this stuff. Just listen. What a nice sound. I made more cement fences and grain mills. I had room for a few more, so I figured I might as well make them. I moved the table saws around a little bit. And I made sure to put down some of the new chests that we got. We needed all the storage that we could get. I made sure to keep up with all my brewing. I used most of this stuff, but eventually I'm going to sell all of it. Because all I want is money. I used our teleporter to go chase down this alpha croc. And I had one of the bats that we got from a chest. This thing was pretty strong. So this alpha croc did not stand a chance. I made quick work of this dude. And I was really happy to be putting our teleporters to use. It made things a lot easier, but it really makes me want to get that helicopter even more. And now it was time to collect a ton of milestones that I had been stacking up. I grinded over 250 rocks. I chopped down over 250 trees. I mowed over 1,000 grass. We finished our 8th and 9th building. And then we planted over 250 seeds. And now we were filthy dinkin' rich. Saved over 1 million dinks, finally. When is 2 million? We found our first fossil. We painted over 10 chests. We unlocked over 10 doors. And then 20 doors. We sold our first golden nuggets. And we also sold over 10 rubies. And last but not least, we came in first in the bug catching competition. And that was a wrap for day 51. Alright everyone, I really hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And please, please, please let me know what your favorite part was down in the comments below.